So starting off with a look at forexfactory.com, which is where we have our listing of the high impact news that will be coming out for the week, and nothing compared to what we had last week. Okay, last week was just incredible. Couldn't even get it all on one page. But this week is fairly light. Nothing on Monday, a little bit on Tuesday, nothing on Wednesday, and then a little bit more on the US dollar on Thursday, and then again on Friday. So be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local times. These times are 1 hour later than what we are used to because of the change in daylight savings in the US. And so be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local times on these high impact news items, which do affect the movement of the currency pairs and commodities. Starting off our review of the trade setups that I shared with you in last week's video, we start with the major pairs, and now looking at the Euro USD, the buy limit did execute on the very first day of the week, on the Monday. But to get these 45 pips, you would have had to been very observant, very quick, very nimble, and close out that trade. Otherwise, if you'd have held on to it, you would have definitely been stopped out. It was a very volatile week with all of the pairs and the commodities, as you saw if you were trading through the week, and as you can see as we go through the trade setups that I shared with you last week. The odd US was the same. The trade did execute the buy limit that I had, the pending order, and it got up to 85 pips, but you would have had to get out straight away. Came back down to break even, shot right back up, but then if you'd have held on to that throughout the week, you would have been stopped out. New Zealand US also executed for a total of a potential 105 pips. Same currency movement as all of the others. Big move up early in the week and then a move down. Actually, you could have held on to this one depending on where you have your stop loss, and I never share in my trade setups where you can put the stop loss. It's up to you where you want to manage your risk, how much risk you're willing to take. But this would have been a very, very short, very, very tight stop loss, about 50 pips, and some traders will sometimes hold a stop loss of 100 pips. In that case, you would not have been stopped out. In this one, you would have been rewarded quite well when the market closed on the Friday, and that would have given you probably about 150 pips overall on the New Zealand US. Then the pound US, well, the pound didn't do very well at all on any of the currency pairs, and the buy limit did execute, but then it came right down and just never recovered. Maybe got 2 or 3 pips about midweek and then just completely crashed, and it has tried to recover on Friday, but this one would have definitely hit the stop loss. The odd JPY, we got 62 pips on that one, but just on one candle. Okay, you would have had to, again, be very nimble, had your eye on the ball, and watching this one closely, you had a potential of 62 pips on the odd JPY. And same with the CAD JPY, a potential of 50 pips. All right, if you'd held on to that one, likely you would have been stopped out on the Thursday, although it did rocket back up on the Friday before the market closed. The Swiss JPY, a potential 22 pips. Okay, this one did execute about midweek and then only went up a little bit and then crashed later in the week and tried to make a recovery and got back up to our trade setup, our pending order 147.65 at the market close. And the GBP, JPY, the same with all the pound pairs, pound US, pound JPY, pound New Zealand. The pound just didn't do very well at all this week. So it did definitely hit the stop loss on that one. And then the odd CAD, which I included in the trade setup that I shared with you last week, a potential of 94 pips if you caught this spike up here. All right, it definitely executed early in the week, and there was potential profit throughout the week. Just depends on how long you were willing to hold on to that trade if you're watching it. Then the pound New Zealand, the last trade that I shared, the last trade setup that I shared with you, same with the other two pound pairs, definitely hit the stop loss as the pound just really crashed throughout the week, just went down, down, down. Okay, so that's our trade setup. You could have had a total of potential gain of 369 pips, and how much you lost on your the losing 3 pairs that we had there, the pound New Zealand, pound US, and Pound JPY was depending on where you placed your stop loss. But a total win without the losses, 369 pips. Okay, so let's have a look at the trade setups that I've marked out for this upcoming week. And remember that these are trade setups that I'm sharing with you, showing you what I see happening in the market, the trades that I'm likely to take this week. And I'm not recommending or suggesting that you take the same trades. You can if you want, but it's up to you to manage your own account and to use good risk management. Okay, starting off with gold, as I always do. The bears have the advantage. Gold is still bearish. However, on the day chart, I'm getting a neutral signal, which means we could be seeing a change in direction. And it looks like, if you're looking at the 4-hour chart here, it looks like we could be seeing a turnaround. And the bulls could be ready to grab the ball and start playing in their area, in the bullish territory. But that was a very uncharacteristic move on Friday last week, because the non-farm payrolls was really good news for the U.S. economy, but gold moved up and the U.S. dollar moved down. And that move made no sense at all. So I'm going to just sit tight and wait. My day chart is giving me a neutral signal, so I'm not going to be taking a trade early in the week. I will see how this starts to play out. We do have resistance at 1680, which is exactly where we are now. We closed at 1680 last Friday. And then the next level, if it continues up, would be 1700. And if that breaks 1680, then that resistance would become support. And remember, we had support at 1680 for a long, long time. So that's a very, very important zone. We will see early next week whether we can break and move above that, or whether that's as far as it's able to go. But the bears still have the advantage. They still have the home field advantage. And so it's best to just sit tight, wait, and see what happens. We have support at 1660 and 1640. So looking at the major pairs, first of all, the Euro-US, I have a buy limit at 0.9875. The odd US, I have a buy limit also at 0.6400. And the New Zealand US, I have a buy limit at 0.6860. And the pound US, no trade. Okay. I have a neutral signal on my daily chart, which is the chart I use for analysis, and that's showing me that there's no clear direction with the pound US. So no trade on the pound US. The odd JPY, I have a buy limit at 94.25. The CAD JPY, I have a buy limit at 108.25. And here's a strange one, the Swiss JPY, I'm going to say no trade, because typically the Swiss JPY will follow the CAD and odd JPY, but on my daily chart, I'm getting indicators that are showing me it could be bearish. And I would rather just wait and see on this one. So what I'm saying is no clear direction on the Swiss JPY, so for me that means no trade. The pound JPY, okay, a sell limit with entry price at 167.20. Okay, everyone, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And remember, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the little bell at the end so you'll get notification. I make these videos every Sunday before the market opens on the following Monday. And if you have any comments or inquiries, just leave them below. I do reply to all comments and questions, and I appreciate you being here. Thanks again. Have a great week of trading. And remember, don't be greedy. Okay, trade small. Grow your capital slowly over time. Don't chase the candles. Let the market come to you, and you can be successful as a Forex trader. Thanks again. Take care. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.